Hello, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. Hope you're doing well. So here's the question today that I got from somebody who's in my Marketing for Hippies 101 program, a 30-day program I do once a year. And it's, I don't want to be a talking head. I want my life to be the example. Yeah, I don't want to be a talking head. I want my life to be my example. I want to have people just see it. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so I have opinions on this, but before I get into it, if you want to get more videos from me, you can click the subscribe button below, the red button below on YouTube, and then the little bell icon that comes up, and you'll be notified every time I do a new video. And you can like this on Facebook as well, if you're watching this there. And of course, share this with your friends, tag people if they're people you know for whom this might be of interest. Okay, so I made some notes here. Okay, so again, the question is, so I don't want, or the statement is, I don't want to be a talking head. I want my life to be my example. I get it. You know, I remember David Korten once said, he said, we can talk these things to death or we can live them into being. The only, with all due respect to David Korten, the only quibble I would have with this is the word or, because that turns it into a binary. You know, so I'm either a talking head or my life is my example. Who made it an apartheid? Who made it a binary? Who said you have to choose between them? Why can't we talk and live? Yeah. And why the disparagement of language? One of the most sacred things entrusted to humans are speech and talking. Why is that suddenly not real and the way we live is real? And isn't the way we speak part of what's real? Not just what we say, but the manner in which we say it. So there's all that to wonder about. And there's this prejudice against talking heads. Why is there such a prejudice against talking heads? Why do we even have that? You know, of course, this comes from TV, you know, people on the TV talking all the time. They're not real because that's all they are, is a talking head. I'm guessing. I would imagine that's where it comes from, yeah. So they're not corporeal. They don't have an actual life. But here's one of the big reasons when we, I think, talk about talking heads is there's no relevance of what they're saying to us. Yeah, it's just theory. It's abstract. And you know, when people are in pain, there are three things they need: empathy, context, and guidance. I've done another video about this. Maybe I'll put the link to it below. But empathy, context, guidance. Those three things in that order. And if you lack the context, if you're demonstrating empathy and you're giving people guidance, but you don't give people context, this is just giving people advice. And it's not that helpful. It's not sharing a point of view. It's not conveying a way of seeing the world. And also, okay, so this statement, I don't want to be a talking head. I want my life to be an example. Well, how are they supposed to see your example? Exactly. How many people actually get access to your life? Yeah, how are they supposed to see it? Well, I want to give 4 ways that they could actually see a bit of your life that might address this. And again, I don't think it's a binary, but number 1 is videos and podcasts. You know, of you actually doing the work with people. Byron Katie does a really beautiful job of this. You can see her doing her work, a kind of counseling, self-inquiry work. Lots of videos of her sitting down and doing it live at workshops or via Skype. So there's that. And that's a really great way people can get a sense of your vibe and how you are in action. Yeah. Could also be live intro workshops. So this could be a little live workshop people come to, or a webinar or whatever, but something where they can hear you live and interacting with people gives them a very good sense of your vibe. And the vibe thing is important. You know, people do need to get a sense of who you are and how you move in the world. That does matter a lot. And that's one of the ways that they can get a sense of it. Not just reading your words, but you live in front of a group. Even a video like this, I mean, you get a sense of who I am and my vibe. Charming, delightful. You can share stories. Also case studies of, here's a client I worked with. Yeah. And in the storytelling, people get a sense of who you are. And of course, word of mouth and referrals, that's going to be the best way to do it, because people will talk about you and they'll say, oh yeah, this person, that's just the way they are. They'll convey these things for you better and more appropriately than you could for yourself. So just, you don't have to choose between living it and talking about it. And of course, the closer they get to you in working with you, the more they're going to see that. But very few people actually do have access to our lives. Anyways, these are my thoughts. I hope this is helpful. And if you have a question or any thoughts about this, please put it in the comments below, and maybe it'll inspire another video for me sometime. All right, take care.